Hello, my name's Adam Sealey. I am an award-winning back pain specialist and osteopath, and today I'm going to be talking about one of the most common questions I get asked, which is what is the best position for me to be sleeping in? So there's a lot of information to unpack with this one, but I'm going to be coming at it from two fronts, which is basically the scientific literature as well as the more anecdotal evidence that I have over the last decade or so of practice. It is important to differentiate that there's going to be different advice for different people. We're not all the same. The advice I give to someone with neck pain won't be the same as what I give to somebody with lower back pain, and same with someone with no pain at all. The advice is going to be different. So there's not going to be a one-size-fits-all answer here. Generally speaking, most people come to the same consensus, which is sleeping on your back is best. And that is typically what I tell most people. I'll go into that in a little bit more detail as to why I would suggest that. But generally, there are three ways that you can sleep. There's sleeping on your front, sleeping on your back, and then sleeping on your side. You can further divide sleeping on your side into two more subdivisions, which is symmetrical sleeping, where you're sleeping just clean on one side, or asymmetrical sleeping, which is where you might be twisted round, your lower back and your shoulder might be twisted a little bit. So in terms of research, there's absolutely tons out there. There's loads and loads and loads, and it's very difficult to digest all the information. Luckily, I don't have to. Someone put out a fantastic research paper last year, which basically took all of that information and put it into one place. They filtered through it all. They got rid of all of the nonsense, all of the rubbish, because unfortunately a lot of research is a load of rubbish. There's not very accurate. The sample size isn't big enough. So this particular study was interested in how sleeping position can influence back pain or spinal pain. So anything from the lower back all the way up to the neck. It started off by taking 2,000 different studies, 2,000 different research articles, putting it through its sort of filtration system. So it was only left with the good quality studies. And out of those 2,000, it was only left with 4. So that might sound crazy actually, but that's not uncommon in scientific research. You start off with maybe thousands of different research articles and you whittle them down until you're left with only maybe a handful of actual good quality studies, and you use those to come up with a broader conclusion. So out of those 2,000 studies, the general conclusion was if you don't have any existing spinal pain, sleeping on your back or sleeping on your side in a symmetrical side, so not twisted round, should be absolutely a-okay. However, if you have neck pain, sleeping on your back is best. It's just the best way to be. Unfortunately, if you have lower back pain, sleeping on your back can actually aggravate things, and this is something that I've come across in clinic. My solution to that is just to put a pillow or roll-up towel underneath the knees. This bends the knees up a little bit, takes some of the pressure out of the lower back, and then your spine's nice and neutral. Alternatively, just sleep on your side if you have lower back pain. The one thing everybody agrees on is sleeping on your front isn't ideal. So the question is, why do people then find it so comfortable to sleep on their front? Well, evolutionary speaking, it's quite interesting. Sleeping on your front could also be known as the lookout position. And it's been observed in small primates up in trees. So they're living in their treetops. They sleep on their front with their heads facing down so they can see what's beneath them. So it could have been that this has just been hardwired into us over thousands and thousands of years, and it's just something that we still feel comfortable sleeping in. But obviously sleeping on the floor or sleeping on a mattress face down with your head pushed down isn't as comfortable. There's not a huge amount of evidence supporting this, but it is quite an interesting theory and I like it. So what about mattresses? The other common question I get asked a lot is, do I have the right mattress? Is there a good mattress or a bad mattress? And the problem is you can't really trust the mattress companies because of course they're going to say you need to buy a new one every few years because that's their job to sell mattresses. There has actually been a lot of study into this regarding sleeping posture, mattresses, back pain, things like that. And they found out that a medium to firm mattress is the best kind. If it goes too far one way, so if it's too firm, it can actually aggravate things. Or if it goes too far the other way, if it's too soft, again, it can aggravate things. So this is for people who are already struggling with a bad back. Obviously, if you don't have a bad back, then you've probably got a little bit more scope to have a mattress that's a bit too hard or a bit too soft, doesn't really matter. So for those of you who happen to be in the market for a new mattress, I believe the scaling system for how firm or soft a mattress is numerical. So something between 4 and 5 is what you're going to be looking for, okay? Unfortunately, I know plenty of my clients who've invested in a new mattress thinking it will help resolve their back pain, but unfortunately it hasn't. The problem is they've got a bad back, so it doesn't matter whether they've got a really nice mattress or something that's a bit cheap, they've still got a bad back at the end of the day. Often what happens is we resolve the back issue and all of a sudden the mattress that they thought was a bit shabby, all of a sudden they're sleeping through the night with no problems at all. So if you find yourself in the situation where you're thinking about getting a new mattress because you've got a bad back, just take a step back from the situation, analyze it for a second. Do you actually have a bad mattress, or is it the fact that you have a bad back? There is also this other school of thought that we don't need mattresses at all. I mean, relatively speaking, mattresses and pillows, they're all brand new things in the grand scheme of things. We've spent most of our evolutionary period sleeping on the floor or sleeping on treetops. I mean, really, even now, mattresses are a luxury. Most communities around the world are sleeping on things on the floor. Firm mattresses, just DIY mattresses. It's quite an unnatural thing, really, at the end of the day. So I'm not for a second suggesting you sleep on the floor, but it is interesting, and I think it does suggest that the whole argument of how important a mattress is a little bit over the top. I don't think you need to overthink it too much. Anyway, I hope this has helped you understand your own sleeping posture a little bit better. I'm more than happy to have a chat about this if you have any questions at all, so feel free to leave a comment in the box below. Otherwise, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.